welcome to the very first episode of The Gauntlet. This will be a side adventure to the main story. Not everybody will be playing this adventure, so you'll have a few characters from the main storyline in here every now and then. Could everybody please introduce themselves?
Jules.
The
Half-elf ranger.
Jules, the half-elf ranger, and we have...
Takashi, the human samurai in training.
Hey! Alright, yes, right now he is just a squire. Alright. You have been traveling the distance, the samurai being usually just hired help and stuff like that. He's been giving orders by his master to get experience in the real world before he can become a true samurai. And you have just been kind of living in the land, in the woods, a ranger, just finding your own way through life. The thing that draws you two to the same place is the Gauntlet. Recently, in the past few days, a large cube has just kind of appeared. It's appeared somewhere between the Marsh of Chalimbra and Neverwinter and those woods. Nobody knows exactly where it came from, how it got there, or what it is. But what they do know is when you enter, very few people come back. And the few people that do come back famous. Apparently the place is riddled with monsters, creeping passages and maze-like tunnels. Nothing seems to make perfect sense in there, it just is. And it seems no matter how many monsters you kill or how many places you explore, at midnight every night it changes. Each one is separated by levels. It seems every level you go deeper, the harder it gets, the more dangerous monsters appear. The record so far set by adventurers is 5 levels deep, because they also have to fight their way back out of the place. You come here seeking fame and fortune, not just from the ability to say you survived the Gauntlet, but also from the immense amounts of treasure that has been discovered and unearthed in this place. It seems it's an endless supply if you can live long enough to get it out. Alright. You didn't come here together, but you did meet at the Gauntlet. After a few days camping outside the entrance, watching people go in, and then half of a party coming back out, you decide it's about time you start heading in.
Alright.
So one of us is dying if half the party is.
Alright, so you guys heading in?
Yeah.
The entranceway is a stone, just kind of exit and entrance into this thing. It's not really a door, it's not really an archway, it's just a opening. The hallway seems perfectly straight, as if carved out of stone by dwarven craftsmen. And it goes deeper into the thing, eventually becoming pitch black. You can only see about 30 feet in as this straight hallway goes.
Are there any torches on the walls that could be lit, or
There are
places for torches?
There's no sconces and no torches.
Oh, I'm going to take a torch and I'm going to light it.
Alright, you light your torch. Take out your tinder box, you start striking at the torch. It takes you a little bit to get it lit, but eventually the torch brights up in flame and you can see the yellow light reflect off the stone hallway.
Alright. I've got a pole, and I kind of want to use it to, like, tap the floor for traps.
Alright. You start tapping the floor around near you. You can go out, is it a 10-foot pole?
Yeah.
Yeah, you go out about 10 feet and you're able to tap around. Everything sounds fine right here.
Alright, I guess we're walking. As we walk, I keep tapping, like...
You start walking into this hallway, and the deeper you go, it gets colder and colder until eventually it's chilly. It's not very cold, but you can definitely smell the stale air and the coldness from it. Your stick taps around. Make a wisdom check.
6 plus 7.
And then, what was your name? Takashi.
Takashi.
Takashi. You make a wisdom check also. 11. You hear a slight change in the sound that the stick makes when it hits the floor about 10 feet in front of you.
Alright.
It sounds a bit hollow.
I stick my arm out to stop you from walking. I tell you, that don't sound right.
Okay, so it don't sound right. Alright. I take the pole and I kind of like tap a little bit without moving myself. Just tap
Right.
to see what happens.
You keep tapping, and now that you're paying attention, yeah, it does sound hollow underneath.
Look for any paneling in the wall that looks like buttons or something.
Can I see if there's anything visibly out of place?
Make a wisdom check. 1. You heard the torch, the stick tapping, so you kind of closed your eyes to listen deeper. And then when you opened your eyes, she turned around and looked, and the torch is right in front of your face. It doesn't burn you, but the bright light kind of blinds you, and you can't really see anything very well.
Sorry.
You. Are you searching also?
Yeah, I'm looking around.
Wisdom check.
15.
15, what are you looking for specifically?
Like raised pieces of stone, anything that's a different color,
Mm-hmm.
anything that may be slightly twisted compared to everything else.
Alright, you look closer and you look where your stick is landing. You do notice what looks like a division between the stones in this area, going down about 5 feet long, down the center of the hallway. And you also notice this same division going widthway. It looks like almost a trap door that opens downward.
So we want to bet if I poke the stick in the center, it's going to open up.
Probably. Are there any rocks around?
No.
No.
It's really annoying.
It's a very clean, very narrow. In fact, if you guys stood next to each other, your shoulders would be all scrunched up like this. It's only about maybe 4.5 feet wide.
Alright, so
I take my 10-foot pole and just kind of like, instead of just tapping, like kind of put some pressure down where it's making different noise.
All right, give me a strength check. 19. All right, you push your pole down on the floor and push a bit more, and you hear what sounds like something snapping or giving way, as all of a sudden the doors swing open, and you just see a black pit. You can't see the bottom of it.
how far do you reckon this is in?
About 40 feet in. And then you still can't see the end of this hallway.
Pit.
Alright.
So now we got to get across the pit.
You said the pit was about how big?
It's 5 feet wide, taking up, or no, sorry, it's 5 feet long, and then takes up the entire width of the hallway.
Alright. How tall is the hallway?
The hallway is about 8 feet tall.
Okay.
How deep do we think the pit is?
And you can't see the bottom.
Can I stick the pole down,
A bit.
like right, walk up right against where it drops, and then stick the pole down and see if I can feel.
You stick it down, and it goes, well, 10 feet plus your arm length, but you can't really see the end of it. You stick it in, and it just feels like open air.
So
Yeah, I was going to say, we'll see if you drop your step. Nah.
do I have anything that we can risk dropping?
You're only about like 40 feet or 30 feet from the outside. But
You want to go get a rock and we'll drop it?
I would say grab a decent sized rock and drop it.
all right, you get one. Run back over.
Drop it down.
Don't barrel over.
All right, you drop it down.
Does-
Do we
how long
hear
does it take
anything?
before a noise?
Clink, 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 clink.
Gracious.
It takes about 10 seconds before you hear anything.
How fast?
Do not fall.
No, duh. Okay. So now the big question is how we get across. It is only 5 feet.
We could lay both the 10-foot poles across and then walk across.
Your 10-foot pole's about that thick.
That's why I said both.
Tightrope walking. We don't unless we gotta. I mean, I got some rope. We could just tie it
Okay,
together.
so
right
think
there.
about it. They're 10 feet long, almost an inch thick. All right.
You're walking on 2-inch cables, essentially.
The closer you get to the center, you know these things will probably snap.
Not holding our weight. Do I see any like lip along the edge of the wall that we could potentially?
There is
fall
a
on?
very fine lip between the door and the wall where the hinge is. It wouldn't be much room for your feet, but you could probably like hang from it and shuffle along like that. But then your whole body's in the pit.
Yeah.
pretty much.
So now the
Okay,
question of if we could risk that. I got pretty decent dexterity, but I got like meh strength.
If we use the poles and like pushed off the ground to give a boost as we jump over the pit.
I'm pretty sure we're hitting our heads on the ceiling.
Plus, don't forget, these are 10-foot poles. The ceiling's 8 feet tall.
Well, you're not pushing yourself up, you're pushing yourself across.
You still got to go up to go across, though.
And
Have
you're
you not seen long jumping?
Your pole can't go
I'm
all
not going up.
Like you can't point your pole straight up.
Have you-
It
okay,
hits the ceiling.
Have you not seen like
I don't think he's trying to pole jump. What are you trying to just?
So I would be running up to the ledge and I would push the pole down like at an angle to use to boost across as I jump. So that I'm not jumping an entire 5-foot distance, I'm using the pole as leverage,
Do you know how far the normal person can jump?
probably 3 foot. Yeah, I know, but just to be safe.
All right. Make a dexterity check. One.
wow. Nice knowing you for like the 2 seconds I did.
Because you're using the pole. I'll give you advantage, but you can't add your dexterity modifier. Since it's all the pole doing it.
Could I, if I fall, can I try to catch myself on the ledge?
You can certainly try.
Okay.
Roll the d20.
18.
Oh, there's the one. There's the necessary number.
All right. You run up. You jump way too early. You're about another 5 feet away from the pit before you jump. You stick the pole into the floor and you push. You fly up in the air and land in the dead center of the pit. Thankfully, your pole is 10 feet long. As it crosses the thing, you're able to grab on and hang from the pole as the pole kind of stops into the pit. Thankfully, your hands are off to the sides of it instead of in the center where it most likely will snap. And you're just kind of dangling there, hanging as your toe. You kind of look down and your feet kind of disappear into the darkness.
Okay.
Tiny. Okay.
Try to maneuver to the ledge on the other side.
Make a
Pull
dexterity
myself up.
check.
Oh my god.
7.
7. You start shifting your way across, but you notice as you kind of lift yourself up a bit to move your hand, the stick moves off to the side with you. As you try to lift yourself up, the movement lifts the stick up a bit and shifts it off to the side. Not as much as you're moving, but a little bit at a time.
So how much of the stick is on the
Let's see, you started 5 feet early. It's a 10-foot pole with a 5-foot gap. I'm assuming that you didn't put the stick in immediately when you lift off, so you have about 1.5 feet of leeway.
Okay. So how far from the ledge am I?
You're about 3 feet.
Why am I so far? Alright, is there any way I can like...
Well, okay, which ledge? Because you're 2 feet from the other ledge.
The one that we weren't just at.
Oh, yeah, 3 feet.
Is there any way I could try to move closer without moving the pole?
There's another way. It's strength based. It's a bit harder. You just kind of pull yourself up and then lift the stick off to the side and then land and then shift yourself over and then push it up again.
I would like to remind you there's another, like, being right here that I could potentially try and hold the stick down to let you cross.
You do that.
You've
You gotta
just
stand on it to keep it from shifting.
You've just
You do that. Make a strength check. See because how long can you hang from this pole?
I love the fact that you're sitting here trying to figure out how to.
You have 80 seconds.
I love the fact that.
Can you hold the pole up
Yeah,
and get to the other side?
I'm gonna push down on it because I can't exactly stand on it easily, or
Right.
sitting on it's
All
definitely
right,
out.
you push down on it.
Where it is now.
moving.
Go.
You're moving. All right. Make an X check.
I love the fact you try to figure out how to get this on your own. And I'm just, oh my
4.
god.
4. You start shifting your way across as your fingers slip from one of them, and you're just dangling from one. You're no longer making any movement. You're just kind of hanging from one hand.
Reach back and just try to move again.
Start reaching back the way your body is, like your other arm. Reach all the way because your shoulders are bent. Make a strength check. See if you can pull yourself up.
5.
Good gravy.
God.
Nope. You just kind of dangle. You try to do this for a little bit, and then just.
So now the big question is, I don't know how to help you.
Could you slide the pole?
It's gonna fall off this end though.
No, because the other side has like a foot. You said a foot and a half.
You have 20 seconds.
Okay, yeah, I'll shove it.
All right, she shoves it, and you start sliding off towards the side. Thankfully, there is a lot of area on this one. You are right next to the ledge.
All right, I grab the ledge and pull up.
Pull up, make a strength check.
That 20.
Just in the nick of time. All right. You yank when you get to the ledge, you just kind of do a chin up on this thing so hard you fly up above and land on the edge off to the side. You promptly fall to your knees and start kissing the floor.
The adrenaline kick.
You almost died.
That was such a bad
6
string
times.
of luck. Holy crap. That was such a
hate this die.
bad string of.
And this is just the first pit.
I know.
Okay.
This is gonna be a long night.
Jules, you are still on the other side of the pit. But thankfully you have somebody on the other side.
Yeah, now we got the answer.
Yeah.
Does anybody have the rope?
I do.
Yes.
I've got rope.
We both have rope.
Can I just tie it around my waist and then you just pull me?
Like if she falls.
Like if I fall, I can toss one
Yeah.
into you. All right, I'm gonna take one end of the rope, tie it to me. Gonna toss the
All
other.
right.
Pray it lands. It's like 50
Yeah,
full.
you-
It's 50
yeah,
full
you,
feet.
You
I
can throw 5 feet.
Yeah.
Throw it and he catches it.
All right. Now.
Gives himself plenty of leeway. He can also lower you down slowly.
I wrap the rope around my hands to make sure I've got it.
You wrap your rope around your hands? Alright.
Oh.
Not like tie it, but just wrap it so I've got
Alright, yeah.
good
So-
grip.
All right. Am I doing the exact same thing you're doing?
So yeah, how much do you weigh? Whatever your name is.
Takashi,
Takashi.
135.
35. And Jules?
169.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not going to have you make intelligence or wisdom checks. You know that if you fall, especially falling, much less you trying to lower down, unless you're bracing yourself on something, you're going with it.
I take the pole and kind of like wedge it between the floor and the ceiling, and use that to like kind of stand against.
Yeah, the ceiling's smaller than the pole is high, so yeah.
Okay. You braced?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm jumping this.
All right. Make an X check.
Yeah, my luck.
9.
9.
What's your next modifier?
Plus 4. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
13. You successfully jump the gap.
Woo!
You jump across, and when you land, you both take a deep breath in.
Okay.
I made that so much more difficult than
Yeah, you
Right.
did. You really did. I'm over here jumping across it.
I'm like, I want to take every safety precaution I could as to not die.
And then nearly
I proceed to
died.
almost die 7 times.
It keeps getting bigger. Next time I'll almost have died 8 times.
Alright. Continuing our little
Yes.
walk down the
I'm getting my
hall.
pull back.
What in the 7 levels of Hades was that?
Oh, great. There's some creature in here now.
Alright.
Weird screaming creature in the...
Should we continue our way down the hall safely?
Yes. Next time.
It's a
Let's...
good thing you were tapping around with that 10-foot pole.
She was.
I was.
I know.
I'm going to continue doing that.
All right, you continue doing that. You continue tapping away around the hall as you continue downwards. About another 30 feet or so. And it's still going straight. Till eventually you come to what looks like a T-section. The wall just kind of appears in front of you all of a sudden. Not really, but I mean, it just seems like the way as pitch black as this darkness is. And the hall splits into 2 directions. Both of you make a wisdom check.
Where's my die? That is a good question, actually. Where is it? There it is.
9.
20?
20.
9 and 20. You notice as you come to this intersection, you're thinking, all right, this one goes. Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
You don't know which way is north, or south, or east, or west in here. You know it goes left or right, but that changes when you go down the hall.
Which way did we come in? Do any of us remember which way we were facing when we faced the entrance?
Nope.
We do not.
Nope.
Is there any moss anywhere?
None. In fact, there doesn't seem to be anything. There's not even dust in here.
Do I have anything that could, like, give us a way of marking? I do not. I don't have anything that could mark our place in this maze.
Are you making a map like your character?
Yeah, sure.
All right. What are you making it on?
Just
Writing it on your arm.
on my arm.
What are you writing with?
No,
Is there-
You're carving it in with your dagger.
No, it's probably just some pencil I have. Like,
Well, I could cut like a foot of rope from my rope, and then we can lay it down, aligning with whichever direction we go.
We're doing that direction. Okay, we're doing
You've
the
drilled
string.
breadcrumbs.
We're doing the string myth.
All right.
I forgot. I don't know how to say.
So I could.
a name.
So if we came in from
I-
here, I
no,
can lay down
it's
like a foot of
from a
rope right
Greek
there.
myth.
Yeah. You can do that.
All right.
Alright, I'll do that.
All right. Now then,
Which way are we going? You get to choose. It's your rope.
I think we should go left first.
Left.
All right. The left hallway, you can see the end. It only goes for about 20 feet before it splits into 2 different hallways. One continuing on in that direction, and one curving to your right. Not curving, but more like a direct angle. There you go. Yep. Yep.
I'll
Love it.
also leave one right in here so we know that's the way we came. I'll put one there before.
Wait, actually, none of your characters have map, which means you may no longer draw a map. What you can only do is right, left directions since you're using a rope.
Like that. Okay. We went up.
Alright, we skipped over a little spot right there while she copied down her directions. Alright. Yes, there is a hallway continuing forward and another one angled to the right.
Okay, we're gonna go to the right to save my sanity.
Alright, it goes about 5 feet before it comes to a very sturdy oak door.
5 feet? That's not even a full block.
Yeah, it's pretty short. It's more of like an alcove where the door is. It's made of solid oak, as I said.
Can I tap the door and see if it opens up or anything?
You tap it a few times, it makes a sound from tapping the key, but nothing else happens.
Alright. I'll try to push it open, just like not like swing it open, but see if it would ease its way open.
Yeah.
Alright, you give it a push and it does slowly swing open. The creak from the door hinge sounds very loud in here, especially from how quiet it is. As the door opens. It opens into a decently large room, at least compared to how cramped these hallways are. It's about 20 feet wide by about 10 feet long.
Alright. Is there anything in the room?
The room has a few barrels in it, along with a small bed made out of straw.
Are the barrels open, or are they?
They have like lids that can just be picked up and closed. They're not nailed in.
Alright. Can I see what's in the barrels?
Time to go looting.
The first barrel has rations. Looks like they're steel rations in cans. Very expensive.
Useful?
And almost never go bad. The next one has miscellaneous clothing. And the third one has arrows.
Ooh.
Just guesstimating, probably around 500 arrows.
Good gracious.
Good gravy. I only got 20. Yeah, I know.
I'll take several of those arrows as well.
Yeah,
Alright.
because I ain't carrying them.
They are short bow arrows.
Yes. How many arrows are you taking? Like split it, 250 for you, 250 for me?
That's a lot of arrows.
Well,
that
yeah,
is
that is a lot of arrows. How many?
You can't comfortably carry that many.
Yeah, I know.
I think I carry maybe 30.
That sounds about right.
I could probably carry about.
I'll take about 30.
I could probably carry about 20 more. I want to say. I've already got 20 arrows. I want maybe 10 more.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
So that's.
There is no quivers here. Do you have a quiver or something to carry them in?
I've got my bag.
If you put it in there, you can hold them, but there's a chance one of them might cut the bag.
Oh, what if we look at the? You said miscellaneous items in another barrel.
Is there
Miscellaneous cloth. or
Oh,
cloak.
we could wrap them in the cloth and cloak.
Yeah.
In that barrel, there's a few shirts, pants, cloaks. There are a few sacks in here as well, and what looks like purses or leather sacks and stuff like that.
Alright.
The leather sacks might hold.
A
them
few of the
best.
purses have ornate stuff. on them.
Fancy.
Alright. You said there was leather bags, or is that just the purse?
There's coin purses made out of leather, and then there's some purses made out of leather, and then there's like a sack made out of leather. It's maybe like a foot long, and then it's hard to tell how much it holds.
Alright. I can put the arrows in the leather and throw it with the...
That would go about halfway up the arrow, so yeah. You'd have to tighten it really tight.
Can I go look at the bed? The bed.
The bed, yeah. It's a simple straw bed with an animal skin on top, and then what looks like a mound of straw near the one end as a pillow.
So like, I'm gonna like shift around it around to see if I can find anything hidden.
Yeah, give me a wisdom check.
Okay.
7.
8.
8?
8.
You start going through it. It stinks. Not too terribly bad. Just smells like stale straw. You rummage around through it, but you don't seem to find anything.
Okay. Supposedly.
You do find a needle. It kind of gets stuck in your finger.
Ow. Take the needle out.
I want to grab several things as
You hear it
steel
creaking.
rations.
I turn towards the door.
It's closed.
Do we see anything behind the door?
You mean like through the door?
No.
Trying to look through it?
No, where's like someone could have someone or something could have stood to
so
close
like
it.
where the
Yeah,
where the
I
doors
understand.
are.
Where it used to be
no, you don't
closed.
see anything. Make a wisdom check, both of you. 16. You notice that the way the hinges are on the door, they're not perfectly straight up and down. They're kind of angled off to the side. For when you open the door, not only does it open inward, it kind of opens upward just a little bit. Meaning that if you're not holding the door open, it will eventually swing back and close on its own.
Okay, so theoretically we're safe.
Theoretically.
Is there anything else in the room of note, like any out of place stone or out of like?
It's a bit of a mess in here. There's straw everywhere. This room does have dust in it.
Oh.
But other than that, not much else in the barrels.
I take some of those steel rations.
Alright, you can hold
Yeah.
about 3 more of those.
Alright.
With the stuff. They're like large cans.
I'll take about 3 rations.
Alright. There's about 10 more left in the barrel.
Can I open up one and eat it now so that I don't use one later?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Alright.
Mark off one of them, or you're just doing one of the ones.
We're doing
One of
one,
the ones
yeah.
that are there, so
I'll
I
take-
can
I'll-
carry the
I'll
others.
do the same. Take one from the barrel.
Alright, you open it as hard tack crackers, some dried fruits, and nuts, along with some jerky. There is what looks like a small little like bread bun in the bottom of it. It feels a little stale, but it should still be good. And you eat it too. These are pretty good rations. You haven't had ones like these in a while.
Crap. Is there anything that looks like any other doors, or just that?
This looks like a dead end room.
Want to tap along the walls real quick?
Might as well.
Might as well. Yeah.
All right. You see, you're tapping with the 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything else?
I'll tap with the 10-foot pole as well.
Tap with the 10-foot pole. Yeah, 10-foot pole reaches around. Make a wisdom check with advantage.
15.
13 and 15. You tap around. Other than the door, nothing else in here sounds different.
Alright. Back out the door.
Yeah.
All right.
We could let's see. We can continue from facing away from the oak door. We can continue to the right.
Yeah, okay, so to the right of this door, there's a hallway that kind of goes down about 30 feet before it becomes dark.
And to
then
the left
immediately
is-
next, there's a hallway that goes back
To the
towards-
left is back where we came from. We can see the rope.
Yeah.
Alright, so go the way we didn't come from.
Alright, so we gonna go. Oh, wow, this. Straight.
All right.
Writing this from.
So you're going to continue along the hallway
Yeah.
so that you don't change direction.
Yes.
Right. Okay. You start heading down there, and this hallway feels like it just keeps going and going. About 30 feet go by, another 50 feet go by, 70 feet go by. Something feels off, though. Both of you give me a d6 roll.
5 and 3.
5 and 3. Samurai, you have a bit of an idea. You lean down, you open your water skin, you pour a little bit of drop on the floor, and it slowly starts rolling down in the direction you're going. This floor is very slightly slanted downward.
Lovely.
About another
Probably
20
out of
feet
rope
go by.
now.
So eventually this hall does come to an end before it turns off to the right and then back in on itself next to itself.
So about 170 feet, if I'm adding up all the numberings correctly.
When it comes back, it goes back in the opposite direction about another 10 feet before it comes to a steel door.
Wait, what?
Okay, so give me the marker. It's going down this way for a long time, then it turns and comes back that way, and then there's a steel door.
Okay.
Is it still going down at that slam?
You put the water down on this area, and it doesn't roll any direction.
Okay. So we want to go back, or you said there was something to the right again, or no?
There's that door.
Doors to the right.
And that's
okay.
Is there any openings around the door?
The door does have a small gap in the top of the iron bars coming down, like a little window. But other than that, there is a handle and a keyhole.
Alright, is there any light coming from behind this door?
No.
Want me to pick it, assuming it's...
Your torch is getting pretty dim. It looks like it's about to go out pretty soon.
Your turn to light a torch.
Hmm?
Your turn to light a torch.
We'll wait for that one to go out.
Okay.
So.
It takes a while to light a torch using flint and steel, and especially when you're doing it in the dark.
Oh, alright. I'll go ahead and light one.
The easiest thing is just to light it with the dying remains of the old one.
We'll do that.
Alright, with a new torch and a steel door, that is where we're going to leave it for today.